Wheelchair basketball is a very high-impact game. During the matches, collisions are very frequent, and these collisions often lead to the players toppling over. These falls cause disruptions to the game because in many cases these players cannot self-right by themselves, so they need either the match to be stopped for external help to come in, or other players to stop playing in the game to help them up.
So the solution we've come up with is a simple roller attached on the front bar of the wheelchair. The roller is able to rotate just in one direction and not in the other. Therefore, it provides a pivot point for the player to rely on when he falls down. This solution is very easy to use and easy to replace, and more importantly, it fits into regulation of wheelchair basketball. For example, the tape that we put on top of the roller does not leave any mark on the basketball court.
Simply, there are two methods in which this device can be used, depending on the level of disability of the player. So players with abdominal control will be able, from the initial position, which is the frontal position with your hands on the floor, they will be able to drag the roller forward until the center of gravity will be beyond the pivot point, which is the roller. At that point, they will be able to self-ride. On the other hand, the second method is for players without abdominal control, who do not have abdominal control. These players will use the roller as a fixed point, and from there they will just walk backwards on their hands until they will be able to self-ride again. This is the method for players with abdominal control. So they can all roll to the frontal position, this one. At this point they will be able to drag the roller forward until their center of gravity goes beyond the pivot point. At this point they will be able to self-ride. This is the method for players without abdominal control. So again, the initial position will be the same, but from here, players without abdominal control will use the roller as a fixed point and will start walking backwards until again their center of gravity goes beyond the pivot point and they will self-ride again.